Speaking of missing, there's a bill that was recently passed by California State Senator Stephen Bradford, and it is called the Ebony Alert. And we were talking about missing kids. Now, Ebony Alert, just looking at that picture, what do you think that's about? Any different demographics, nationalities are looking to fill? Yes, you have it right. African Americans. The Ebony, get it? Ebony Alert. So some people call it historical, this bill. And California Governor Gavin Newsom, he signed it. It's called Senate Bill 673. For the first time in the nation's history, a statewide system will alert residents of missing Black youth. Beginning January 1st, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed this bill, also known as the Ebony Alert, into law. So January 1st, stay tuned for that. This enables the California Highway Patrol to authorize alerts announced on the changeable message signs along the highways if a vehicle is involved in a missing person incident. So you know how you see on the highways and those billboards they have those signs sometimes. Well, now you're going to have it for African American people. This can also contact media and use social media to disseminate a bulletin. Supporters of this bill say young Black people have too often been classified as runaways and therefore get listed as missing less often under the current Amber Alert system. So, because a lot of the kids are being listed as runaways, they're not even being perceived as missing. They're like, oh, they just went on, we won't notice it. Is there racism in that? When a kid is missing, they're being perceived, especially African American kid, as a runaway or adoption. So, under this new law, this will consider an alert for Black children or Black people from age 12 to 25 if the missing person suffers from a mental or physical disability. Also, if there's a threat of danger or if the individual is being trafficked. Other circumstances, which I like, include if the person had disappeared under unexplained or suspicious circumstances, or even if there's a danger due to environmental or weather conditions. Our Black children, Stephen Bradford said in a statement, represent on the list of missing persons a low level of pretty much who cares. And these are young women. This is heartbreaking and painful for so many families and a public crisis for our entire state. The Ebony Alert can change this. Wow. So the Maryland-based Black and Missing Foundation noted that 39% of all missing children in the United States in 2022 were Black. Again, 39% of all missing children in the United States were Black. So how much are we looking for those people? And that percentage jumped 2 more percentage points from a 2018 FBI report that put the number at 37%. The Congressional Black Caucus released a report in 2020 stating that 40% of all sex trafficking victims were Black, 40%, and 57% of all juvenile prostitution arrests are Black children. Wow. This is actually a historical bill, said the president of the NCAA's California Hawaii State Conference. So if you look at what's been happening to Black girls and women and children, this is necessary because we don't get the same treatment and benefits as those with blonde hair and blue eyes. Pretty much racism and missing African Americans. Wow. 40% of African Americans are Black that are missing. 60% are white. But how much of that do we hear about? And an Amber Alert call, according to the Bradford bill, is called for children who are missing and not deemed runaway. Again, remember what I said. They're not deemed as runaways. Many of these decisions are on if a Black child is considered a runaway are based on stereotypes from people who don't understand the Black community. We see this in foster homes when social workers label Black kids as runaways instead of being snatched because they didn't grow up in those circumstances. And one good thing about this Amber Alert, it's not just only for children like the Amber Alerts are. Ebony Alert extends the age range to 25. So again, the Ebony Alert coming through to a state near you, hopefully. And again, as a politician, you can put together a bill And the power of politician is if people go out and vote for you and you have that power to help modify, change, or get rid of a certain bill, you can do that. Politicians, there are some good ones, there are some bad ones, but we need to hold them accountable. So this guy right here, who has done something good, even though some people may consider as this is a good law, you can see it had to be done because of racism and a lot of things. If you're in another city, try to do the same thing that he's doing. You can make a law, you can make a difference.